Hello! Theory level 1A rudiments. That means I'm talking to Jade and Noah and Joel and Samuel and Michael. Hi guys. Me and Mr. Alligator are going to teach you a lesson today, a theory lesson. And it's going to be quick. We won't take up the entire 45 minutes because we won't be together playing games and doing all that fun stuff, but we'll still have fun learning today, okay? Mr. Alligator will make sure of it. So here we are. We're going to warm up our brains with a real quick blue Jello cards, right? Our blue Jello rhythm cards. So say these out loud with me, or you can kind of say them, whisper them quietly with me if you've got, if you're out and about and have people around. You can just do the hand signs and whisper quietly with me if you like. Ready, go. Pineapple, blue, celery. Oops, I got that mixed up. It's supposed to be this way. Ready, go. Blue Jello, blue, celery. Ooh, ready, go. Celery, 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 celery. Ready, go. Celery, blue, celery, blue, celery. Ready, go. Jello, rest, celery, rest. There was another card. He might have gotten flipped over. Where did he go? Okay, it's this one, I think. The first one I started with. I want to talk to you about this. So let's point this out. We've got two triplets. We have an 8th note triplet and a 16th note triplet. I know that because this has one beam, 8th note triplet, and this has two beams. So this is my 16th note triplet. Now, this 16th note, this 8th note triplet right here, this guy, we've squeezed in 3/8 into the space of really what should be 2/8 notes, right? Or more specifically, we've squeezed these 3/8 notes into the time of 1/4 note. Now, that's illegal. That's not allowed. We know 2/8 notes equal 1/4 note. But because we put this 3 on top, we said, please, pretty please, can we squeeze 3/8 notes into the time of 1/4 note? Fine, we can break the rule. And so instead of Jello, we get pineapple, right? So let's look over here. This is kind of weird because we have this 8th rest and this 16th note triplet. So this 16th note triplet, what we did is we squeezed 3/16 into the space of 1/8 note, right? Usually 2/16 notes equal 1/8 note, right? But here we broke the law. We broke the rules. We squeezed in 3/16 notes into the space of a time of 1/8 note. Because, right, see, here we have, this equals a beat. This equals 1/4 note. And how that works out is we have an 8th rest, right? That's half of the beat. And this is the other half of the beat. Now, in general, we wouldn't have 3/16 notes and then an 8th note. That would be too much. But we've tightened it, we've squeezed it in, and it goes by faster, doesn't it? So we have rest celery instead of instead of raspberry. Because think of huckleberry, raspberry. It's rest celery. We have 3 beats, 3 counts in this space of what is normally 2/16. Kind of crazy, but I wanted to point that out to you guys. Now, this is what we're doing today. Let me show you real quick. If you have your books, grab your books and open your books to page 57. Okay? Everybody should have finished exercise 5.2 number 1. Okay? If you haven't finished that, make sure you finish that this week before I see you next Friday. And what I'm going to help you with right now is exercise 5.2, just to recap, on page 57, number 2, right? Exercise 5.2, number 2. Circle and name the intervals that are perfect. Leave the intervals that are not perfect alone. So you're only going to circle the perfect intervals. Okay, so what in tarnation are our perfect intervals? I know most of you already know this, but in case we're having some brain freeze or whatever, Mr. Alligator and I are going to help you remember. We're going to sing Do, Re, major second, Do, Mi, major third, Do, Fa, perfect fourth, Do, Sol, perfect fifth, Do, La, major sixth, Do, Ti, major seventh, Do, perfect octave, right? So you could hear just then where our perfect intervals are. But you know what? I just realized that we don't sing our unison, our perfect prime, which we talked about last week. So perfect prime is like the interval of a first or a one, which is kind of weird. But it's a unison, right? It's if, like, let's say a flautist and a violin were both playing the same note. This is middle C. They were both playing middle C. That would be called a unison or a perfect prime. Okay? And then our other perfect interval is, you got it, you know it, you said it, right? Perfect fourth. Perfect fourth. And then our next perfect interval, yes, you are correct, is perfect fifth, right? Perfect fifth, C to G. Here we are, C to F, fourth. C to C is our perfect prime. And then our last one, I'm gonna use this color, is C to C. That's our perfect octave, right? Those are all of our perfect intervals. So I want you to circle all of the perfect intervals that you find there, okay? So if you'd like, you can push pause and finish exercise 5.2 right now, and then when you're done, you can unpause and I'll finish the lesson, or you can just continue listening, cause and then just do it all at the end. This is pretty short. It's pretty easy. You could wait if you wanted to. All right. So now we're on page 58, exercise 5.3. Okay. Now, up at the top here, I wrote circle of fifths handy, and it even says here in the directions, do you have your circle of fifths handy? Now, I know a couple of you guys have your circle of fifths memorized pretty much, but probably most of you don't. Now, in the back of your book, if you look in the back of your book, you'll find your circle of fifths. I've already ripped mine out and put it in a very special spot in my notebook. But I want to show you another spot where your circle of fifths are. Okay, page 40. We have our sharps. Let's remember the order of the sharps. Father Charles goes down, right? C major, 0 sharps. G major, 1 sharp, F sharp. D major has 2 sharps, F sharp, C sharp. A major has 3 sharps, F, C, G. And E major has 4 sharps, F, C, G, D sharp. Okay? And you can turn the page right here. Oops, down here on the bottom, on the bottom of page 41. So 40, 41, right? Those are important. You've got your circle of fifths. The other side, our key signatures and our scales that use flats, okay? So here's a home base, right? C major, 0, no sharps or flats. And we're gonna go this way, we're gonna go down a fifth, and F major has, let's say this. Our flats, the order of the flats, B, E, A, D spells the word bead, right? Think of beaded jewelry, right? Bead. And so here, F major has 1 flat, and we all know that that's B flat. B flat major, which you might be a little less familiar with, has 2 flats, B flat, E flat. E flat major has 3 flats, B, E, and A flat. And A flat major has 4 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat, okay? So you can refer back to page 40, 41. And for some of you guys, now all of our brains work differently, right? Some of you like the circle of fifths, and some of you just like to see the key signatures, okay? So that's page 42. For some of you, your brains just work quicker if you just see the key signatures. And this is called a reference, right? You can flip back to this as a reference to help with your homework. All right, so you're wondering, why is she telling me all this? Because we're gonna need it for this stuff. Now, so far we've been naming just the size of the intervals, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh octave, right? Easy peasy. But now we're gonna name we gotta make sure we name the quality, all right? So, and we make sure that it lines up with the key we're in, okay? Kind of weird, stay with me. So, let's see, I think I need this right now. I'm gonna need my dry erase, and I might need, well, I think I'm just gonna use my dry erase. We're gonna do that. So you can have your book out and you can do this with me, right? D major. I'm gonna go ahead and write my treble, because first example there is treble. And we have to write a perfect fifth above D. First I gotta figure out the size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I need to, remember here, here's some little quick tricks I can show you. Okay, I put the sharps, right? The order of the sharps, F, C, G, D, and the order of the flats, B, E, A, D. So D is on the bottom, right? So D major. So I know D major has sharps, and I can reference back to my page 40 or 41 or 42, and I know D major has 3 sharps, F, C, and G, right? D, 2, wait, did I do this right? I didn't do it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was crazy. Why did I go up so high? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I need to put a sharp in front of this A for D major? D major has 3 sharps. Doesn't have A sharp, so I'm cool there. I can just leave it. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to add any accidentals. Yay. Good. Okay, let's look at the next one, letter B. G is on the bottom, and I need to write a perfect fourth above it. Okay, I can handle that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a C. Now, G major, because G is on the bottom, I have to think in the key of G major. I know G major has 1 sharp, and it's F sharp. Do I have any F sharps here? Nope. So everything's good. Okay. Don't have to add any accidentals here. Now here on the bottom, in letter C, I have E flat. Okay, just so you know, in case anybody's confused, I'm right here. Okay, letter C, exercise 5.3, page 58. A perfect octave. That is so easy. I know E goes to E. Am I done? Alligator says, no way, Jose. I'm not done. Why am I not done? Because E flat, right, has 3 flats, B flat, E flat, and A flat. So all the E's have to be flat, and I have an E up here. So this better be flat too, right? So you have to add a flat there. All right, and I'm going to jump down, you guys. I'm going to jump down to letter F. Okay, I'm going to jump down to letter F right here. I'm going to have F on the bottom. My directions say I need a perfect fourth. I'm in the key of F major because F is our tonic, is our root right here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I know F major, if I'm looking at my circle of fifths or if I'm looking at my key signatures, I know F major has a 1 flat. And it's B flat, isn't it? So, oh, that's a B. glitch there. So yes, you see, I have to have a flat there because if I'm writing intervals and I name intervals from the bottom note, right? I have to kind of think that I'm in this key or I'm using this scale, right? I'm in F major, and however many sharps or flats I have to make sure that if there are any notes that correspond with that scale, they have to be in there. All right, let me do another hard, tricky one. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna look at, okay, switch your brains from treble clef to bass clef. I'm gonna do letter K again, in case anybody's a little bit lost. We're on exercise 5.3, page 58. I'm gonna do letter K, okay? So, I'm gonna change my clef. How's that look? Is that a pass? Yeah, okay. And letter K is requesting perfect fourth, and my bottom note is, what is this, everybody? Alligator says you better know what it is. Great big dinosaurs fight. It's an F, right? It's an F. So F is on the bottom there. Oh, this is just like the other one, isn't it? Okay, well that's kind of easy, right? Because we just did it. So F, we're in the key of F major. F major has one flat and it's B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this has to be flat. I hope this is making sense. I'm gonna do another one that's not F major. Okay, I'm gonna do the one right next to it. KL, which is letter L, right here where my thumb is, letter L. So B flat is the bottom note there, okay? And it's requesting a perfect fourth above it. Let's just first get the size. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's think about the quality. The quality just means, you know, let's just make sure it's named correctly and all of our sharps and our flats jive, okay? So here we have B flat. Okay, B flat major. If you have to flip back to your circle of fifths or your key signatures on page 40, 41, 42, that's fine. But I know that B flat has two flats, B flat and E flat. Let's see if I have any B's or E's. Well, I have B flat and that's already flat, that's good. B, C, D, E. Oh, this better be flat because in the key of B flat, all the B's are flat and all the E's are flat. So this has to match or it's not gonna sound right. It would be just sound really weird. Okay. I hope this makes sense. Look out, I'm going to tell you what to look out for. Look out for letter S. You might want to circle letter S. Make sure you have the right accidentals for that one. And then I think I did all the other tricky ones with you. So that's good. Well, that was easy, right? That's super easy. Right? Easy, easy peasy. Lemon squeezy, is that what they say, right? So just real quick, let's do bass clef because we're always weaker with bass clef, right? Our key signatures that we've learned so far, F, C, G, D. What key signature is this? Correct, it is E major. If we erase this, what does it turn into? It turns into A major. A major has 3 sharps. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, right? So if I erase this sharp, then we only have 2 sharps. Which key has only 2 sharps? Yes, you are correct. It is D. D major has 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. So let's get rid of another sharp. Yep, you know it. Easy. G major only has 1 sharp. And then, of course, if we get rid of all the sharps, it's C major. All right? So very quickly, Even if this is easy for you, just watch. It's just good to get this in our brains. And if this is hard for you, watch, pay attention. It's good to get this in our brains. All right, B flat. The order of the flats, right? B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. And I know because that spells bead. Right? Okay. And remember that little trick we learned? We just go to the flat right before it. A flat major has 4 flats. Okay. Alligator is telling me to erase one. Yes, sir. I will do as you say. So now, what's our key signature? We know it's E flat. E flat. And we can use that little trick. We go to the flat right before that last one, the second to last flat. E flat major has 3 flats. And as pianists, you probably haven't played a lot of songs or pieces that use A flat or E flat, and that's okay. It's good to know this stuff. You will eventually. 2 flats. Second to last flat is B flat. B flat major has B flat and E flat. And then if we get rid of this flat, dun, 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 you guys know it's F major has 1 flat. Okay, excellent review. All right, so I want you to finish exercise 5.2, which some of you have probably already finished. And I want you to finish exercise 5.3. And we'll talk about this next week, okay? All right, I think that's it. You guys did an awesome job. Alligator approves. I never knew he had a little red tongue right there, but there it is. So you guys just enjoy the rest of your Friday and the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you in person next Friday to play some games and practice those intervals. So I'll see you guys. Good job. Bye-bye.